Have you ever wondered why some men over the age of 55 seem to age gracefully, full of energy and vitality, while others seem to struggle with deteriorating health and energy? The secret behind this phenomenon may surprise you. It's not simply about diet, exercise, or even genetics. It's about sexual health. In this video, we're going to dive into the powerful, often overlooked connection between maintaining an active sex life and living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Stick around as we explore why this vital aspect of wellness could be the key to unlocking your best years yet. Sexual activity is so much more than just physical pleasure. It serves as a cornerstone of physical, mental, and emotional well-being for older men. From boosting testosterone to improving heart health, regular sexual activity plays a pivotal role in slowing down the aging process, sharpening the mind, and even reducing the risk of serious conditions such as Alzheimer's disease and prostate cancer. We'll reveal groundbreaking research, including studies showing that men who stay sexually active have up to 50% lower risk of cardiovascular problems. Additionally, this video will address common misconceptions that hold many men back, such as the widely held myth that sexual desire fades with age. We'll also provide practical advice on how to overcome these myths and maintain a fulfilling sex life well into your golden years. This content is designed to challenge outdated views and provide you with a clearer understanding of how sex contributes not just to pleasure but to your overall health and vitality. By watching this video until the end, you will uncover 4 practical, science-backed strategies that can help restore and maintain your sexual health. Plus, you'll learn about 5 transformative outcomes of consistent sexual health practices. Whether your goal is to boost confidence, improve your longevity, or simply reconnect with your body, this video is your ultimate guide. Don't miss these life-changing insights. Stay with us to learn how to take control of your aging process and thrive in your later years. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. Your support means the world to me, and if you enjoyed this video, consider liking and sharing it with others who might benefit from these valuable lessons. If you find this topic interesting, please comment 1 below. If you don't, let me know by commenting 0, and tell me how I can improve and create better videos for you. Now, let's jump right in. When a man stops engaging in sexual activity, the consequences can be far-reaching, affecting not just his physical well-being but also his emotional and mental health. This is a reality that often goes unnoticed or is brushed aside by many. But the truth is that the body begins to undergo a series of complex physiological changes that can hasten the aging process in ways that many don't fully comprehend. One of the first and most striking changes is a decline in sexual stimulation, which leads to a drop in testosterone levels. Testosterone is not only vital for sexual health but is also a driving force behind muscle strength, bone density, and metabolism. Without regular sexual activity, the body's ability to maintain these essential functions diminishes, leaving men feeling less vigorous, less energetic, and more susceptible to the effects of aging. But the impact doesn't stop there. The lack of sexual engagement also begins to affect the cardiovascular system. Poor circulation, particularly to the genital area, can create a vicious cycle, leading to erectile dysfunction, which then causes even greater reluctance to engage in sexual activity. It's heartbreaking to think about how this cycle feeds on itself, leaving men trapped in a state of physical and emotional stagnation. But the effects of sexual inactivity aren't just physical. There's a profound emotional and cognitive toll that often gets overlooked. Research has shown that regular sexual activity stimulates the release of neurohormones like oxytocin and dopamine, key chemicals that regulate mood, cognitive function, and overall well-being. Without these neurohormones, men can feel mentally drained, disconnected, and overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. It's a tragic truth that many men who give up on sexual activity early in life end up suffering from a cascade of emotional and psychological consequences. They experience heightened levels of stress and depression, as well as a sense of lost identity or purpose. That's the emotional price that comes with abandoning sexual expression. It's not just about the physical act, it's about what it represents: connection, vitality, and a sense of being alive. The longer a man stays sexually active, the better his chances of maintaining mental clarity, emotional stability, and a sense of joy in life. When I think about it, I believe that sexual activity is often underestimated in its importance for emotional health. It's not just about pleasure, it's about preserving the essence of who we are as individuals. We must start reframing the way we view aging and sexuality. For far too long, the idea of reduced sexual activity has been seen as an unavoidable part of getting older. But the reality is much more empowering. Sexual expression, whether it's through intimacy with a partner or through self-pleasure, can be a powerful tool in slowing down the aging process. By embracing this natural aspect of life, men can actively preserve their physical strength, maintain muscle mass, and keep their minds sharp. We need to move beyond the idea that sex is a luxury or something that should only be indulged in during youth. It's a crucial part of overall health and well-being at every stage of life. And this truth is backed by science. Numerous studies have highlighted the remarkable benefits of maintaining an active sex life, particularly for men over the age of 55. Contrary to the widespread belief that sexual activity naturally declines with age, research reveals that regular sexual engagement significantly enhances physical, mental, and emotional health. Older men who maintain an active sex life are more likely to experience a greater sense of vitality and better overall well-being. One of the most significant benefits of sexual activity is its positive effect on cardiovascular health. It's not just about the act itself, but the way sexual activity stimulates circulation, helping to lower the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even stroke. For instance, a study conducted in Vietnam revealed that older men who remained sexually active had a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular problems compared to their peers who abstained. That's a staggering statistic, and it underscores the importance of maintaining intimacy as we age. Moreover, the physical movements associated with sexual activity, no matter the age, provide light but beneficial aerobic exercise. These movements promote heart health, improve circulation, and enhance overall fitness. But the benefits don't end there. Sexual activity also plays a critical role in maintaining cognitive function. When men engage in regular sexual activity, their bodies release important neurohormones, such as oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. These chemicals are crucial for brain health, as they help reduce stress, elevate mood, and enhance mental clarity. According to research from Hanoi National University, sexual activity promotes neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to form and strengthen new neural connections. This process is linked to better memory, sharper cognitive performance, and a lower risk of cognitive decline, such as Alzheimer's disease. For men who stay sexually active as they age, the results are evident. Many experience a greater sense of mental clarity, improved memory retention, and even a greater sense of purpose in their lives. In contrast, those who abandon sexual activity often find themselves facing a decline in both mental and physical health. So, when we look at aging, let's not just see it as a time of inevitable decline, but rather as an opportunity to embrace our vitality, preserve our strength, and continue to thrive emotionally, mentally, and physically. Ultimately, sexual activity should be viewed as an essential part of a healthy, fulfilling life at any age. By keeping the spark alive, men can not only maintain their physical health but also improve their emotional well-being and mental sharpness. It's not just about pleasure, it's about living fully, staying connected to others, and continuing to grow, no matter how old we are. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Sexual health is far more than just a matter of pleasure. It's a cornerstone of overall well-being, especially for men as they age. Testosterone, the hormone that is so vital to men's health, plays an essential role in regulating many aspects of the body's function, and its levels are directly influenced by sexual activity. As men grow older, it's common for testosterone to naturally decline, but this doesn't mean the battle is lost. One of the most powerful ways to sustain testosterone levels is through regular sexual activity. This helps preserve not only muscle mass and bone density but also energy levels, making it a key player in maintaining vitality and physical health. When testosterone remains stable, it significantly reduces the risk of osteoporosis and muscle weakness, two issues that older men often struggle with. Without a doubt, sexual health is intricately connected to maintaining strength and independence as we age. Beyond this, there's an important and often overlooked link between regular ejaculation and a reduced risk of prostate cancer. A fascinating study published in the Vietnam Medical Journal highlighted how men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer than those who didn't. This protective effect is believed to be due to the clearing of toxins and the reduction of inflammation within the prostate gland, an aspect that could drastically change how men approach their health. It's a powerful reminder that sexual health isn't just about pleasure. It's about protecting the body from silent threats that often go unnoticed. But the benefits of a fulfilling sexual life go far beyond the physiological. Emotional well-being is deeply tied to sexual health. For many older men, continuing to engage in sexual activity doesn't just keep the body strong. It boosts mood, improves sleep, and significantly enhances self-esteem. Numerous men have shared how their connection to their bodies becomes more profound as they continue to engage in sexual expression, with many reporting a newfound sense of optimism about life. This surge of vitality can have a truly transformative impact on their overall quality of life. When sexual health is prioritized, it nourishes the spirit and soul, as well as the body. We must stop viewing sex as something that simply fades away with age. Sex should not be seen as a phase that naturally ends once youth is behind us. Instead, it should be recognized as an integral part of our ongoing health, one that deserves to be nurtured and maintained throughout our lives. Prioritizing sexual health, particularly as we age, can lead to not only a longer life but a more fulfilling one. It's essential to understand that sexual activity isn't solely about seeking pleasure. It is deeply connected to our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. By continuing to engage in a healthy sex life, men can sustain their vitality, improve their moods, and maintain a strong sense of identity and self-worth. It's not just about keeping the physical flame alive. It's about maintaining an enduring connection to one's body and mind. However, despite these numerous benefits, many older men mistakenly withdraw from sexual activity as they age. They often assume that this decline is an inevitable part of getting older. But the truth is, this withdrawal isn't driven solely by biology. It's fueled by outdated beliefs and societal misconceptions. Too often, men are made to feel that their desire has no place in later life. This is a misconception that needs to be addressed, because it's not only about the physical changes in the body. It's about the mental and emotional impact of distancing oneself from this vital aspect of life. There are three critical mistakes that older men make when they stop engaging in sexual activity, and these need to be recognized and corrected. The first mistake is the assumption that sexual desire simply fades with age. Yes, hormonal shifts, particularly a gradual decrease in testosterone, can affect the intensity of desire, but the basic need for physical pleasure and intimate connection does not vanish with age. Research has shown that even with a drop in testosterone, men who continue to engage in sexual activity not only maintain their hormone production but also preserve their vitality and emotional well-being. The fundamental desire for connection, intimacy, and pleasure is timeless, and it should be nurtured at every stage of life. As men age, many believe that the natural course of life means a decline in sexual desire, as though their vitality and passion should automatically fade with the passing years. This belief is not only misleading but deeply harmful, both physically and emotionally. When men buy into this idea too early and stop expressing themselves sexually, they may inadvertently lock themselves into a downward spiral of emotional isolation and physical decline. By surrendering to the misconception that their sex life is over, they rob themselves of the many invaluable health benefits that come from staying sexually active, benefits that can elevate both their body and mind. One of the most damaging mistakes older men make is narrowing their view of sexuality to just erections. Many believe that if they can't get or keep an erection as easily as they once did, their ability to experience intimacy and connection is over. But the reality couldn't be more different. Sex is so much more than just physical performance. It's about the connection, the touch, the emotional exchange, and the joy of mutual satisfaction. By limiting themselves to a narrow view of sexual expression, men miss out on new and enriching forms of intimacy that can be just as satisfying, if not more so, than what they experienced in their younger years. For many, learning to explore pleasure in different ways, through deep touch, a sense of closeness, or emotional connection, can bring a renewed sense of vitality and purpose. Furthermore, there is a widespread, outdated belief that abstaining from sexual activity somehow preserves energy and contributes to a longer life. This misconception, grounded in old cultural and religious ideals about sexual energy, has been thoroughly debunked by modern science. Studies have shown that regular sexual activity, including self-pleasure, is not only perfectly healthy but also vital for maintaining good cardiovascular health, strengthening the immune system, and reducing stress. Avoiding sexual intimacy doesn't grant longevity. It accelerates the physical decline that many older men fear. A lack of sexual activity can lead to loss of muscle mass, lower bone density, and diminished physical function, all of which can seriously impact quality of life as one ages. But perhaps the most insidious challenge men face when it comes to sexuality as they get older is the societal stigmas that surround the issue. Generational attitudes and outdated cultural beliefs about sex can create feelings of shame or embarrassment. Men may begin to feel that they are somehow too old for sex or that maintaining an active sexual life is something to be ashamed of. These cultural pressures, this internalized shame, can leave men withdrawing from intimacy, feeling isolated, and even slipping into depression. When sexual expression is stigmatized, it becomes even harder for men to embrace the joy, satisfaction, and connection that a healthy sex life brings. It's time to stop allowing these outdated norms and beliefs to dictate the course of one's life. Sexual health isn't something that should be put on the shelf as we grow older. It is an integral part of overall well-being, and we should be embracing it at every stage of life. The notion that reduced sexual activity is simply a part of aging is not just incorrect, it's damaging. Men should stand strong against these cultural biases, recognizing that not only is sexual expression still possible, but it is incredibly beneficial for their mental and physical health. When they choose to take charge of their sexual health, men can boost their vitality and significantly improve their quality of life. It's essential to understand that restoring sexual health after 55 isn't just possible. It's incredibly realistic. Many men assume that a decline in sexual function is inevitable as they age, but modern research and medical advancements have shown that sexual health can be restored, maintained, and even enhanced. By adopting a holistic approach to sexual well-being, one that includes healthy lifestyle changes, reducing stress, and focusing on pleasure and connection, men can break through the barriers that often lead to a loss of sexual activity. One of the keys to restoring sexual health is to work with the natural changes that occur with aging, rather than resisting them. The first step is to create a relaxed environment that encourages not just intimacy, but genuine sexual pleasure. Stress and anxiety are some of the biggest enemies of sexual health. They trigger cortisol, a hormone that directly interferes with testosterone production and blood flow, both of which are crucial for sexual function. When men reduce their stress levels, whether through meditation, breathing exercises, or simply taking time for relaxation, they are not just reducing tension. They are actively supporting their sexual health and revitalizing their ability to experience pleasure. Aging doesn't have to mean the end of passion and connection. It can mark the beginning of a new chapter in intimacy, one that's more profound, fulfilling, and satisfying than ever before. By rejecting outdated norms, embracing new ways of experiencing pleasure, and taking proactive steps to reduce stress, men can enjoy a rich, active, and joyful sex life well into their later years. Spending time in a quiet, comfortable space is not just about relaxing. It's about giving men the chance to deeply connect with their bodies in a distraction-free environment. It's in these serene moments that a man can truly focus on his physicality, allowing him to listen to what his body is telling him without the noise and demands of the outside world. The simple act of adjusting body positions, using supportive pillows, or alleviating pressure on joints and muscles can work wonders. These small changes, so often overlooked, can significantly enhance comfort and promote a state of true relaxation. They allow for a deeper connection to self, and in doing so, they help men improve their sexual health, reduce discomfort, and increase satisfaction in intimate moments. It's remarkable how much a peaceful environment can nurture one's well-being, making each intimate experience more fulfilling and rewarding. A crucial step in improving sexual health is the practice of deep breathing and gradual muscle relaxation. Slow, controlled breathing, while often underappreciated, does far more than just calm the mind. It increases oxygen flow throughout the body, reducing overall stress. Many men have found that incorporating mindfulness before intimacy allows them to shed the weight of expectations and focus solely on the present moment. This mindfulness practice can significantly enhance their ability to experience pleasure, free from the burden of worrying about performance. By shifting their mindset, by learning to be present and relaxed rather than anxious, they open themselves to a whole new level of satisfaction. It's in this quiet, mindful state that true pleasure can flourish, and the stress of daily life fades away. This shift in perspective is not just important, it's essential. Stress and self-judgment often act as major barriers to sexual enjoyment. When men feel anxious or self-conscious about their performance, it can block their ability to fully embrace intimacy and sexual pleasure. It's like an invisible wall, built from the fear of not being enough, and it keeps them from experiencing the deep connection that intimacy should bring. But there's a way to break down that wall, through touch. Not the kind of touch that's solely focused on genital areas, but the kind that reconnects them to their bodies in a more holistic way. Gentle touch on the inner thighs, the lower abdomen, the chest, and the neck. These are areas that are rich in neural pathways related to pleasure. As men age, they may find that they require more time and varied forms of stimulation to reach arousal. By exploring these new sensations, they can reconnect with their bodies and reignite excitement in their intimate experiences. The beauty of this approach is that it takes the pressure off of immediate results and invites men to enjoy their bodies in a slower, more exploratory way. Taking a more gradual, thoughtful approach to stimulation helps men embrace intimacy without the weight of frustration or unrealistic expectations. It allows the body to respond naturally, in its own time, creating a more fulfilling experience. In addition, as men age, certain stimulation methods, such as lubricants designed for sensitive skin, can significantly enhance comfort. Warming lubricants, for instance, can help stimulate sensitivity, making the experience even more enjoyable. Varied forms of stimulation, such as gentle massages or the use of vibrating devices, can also help men who experience reduced nerve sensitivity or mobility challenges. These tools and techniques don't just make sexual activity accessible, they make it a pleasurable experience once again, helping men rediscover the joy of intimacy in their later years. Consistency is key when it comes to sexual health. Regular engagement in sexual activity or self-pleasure, at least 2 to 3 times a week, plays an essential role in maintaining blood flow, protecting erectile tissue, and stabilizing hormone levels. Studies consistently show that sexual stimulation can slow the natural decline in sexual function, contributing to improved overall health. This practice doesn't just improve sexual vitality, it's a way of taking proactive steps toward maintaining a sense of confidence, energy, and pleasure during the aging process. It's not just about intimacy, it's about preserving one's sense of self and well-being. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The benefits of consistent sexual activity extend far beyond the immediate experience of pleasure. The long-term effects are profound on both the body and the mind. Regular engagement in sexual expression, whether with a partner or through self-pleasure, has positive, lasting impacts on well-being. Men who take care of their sexual health will notice subtle changes in the short term, improvements in mood, energy, and confidence. Over time, these benefits grow, becoming more significant and profound. It's not just about improving sexual function. It's about nurturing a holistic sense of health that permeates all areas of life. The long-term effects of consistent sexual care can lead to a more vibrant, energetic, and fulfilling life. In the short term, especially within just a few weeks of engaging in regular sexual activity, many men notice a profound transformation in their emotional and physical well-being. It's almost as though a weight is lifted off their shoulders. They feel more relaxed, less burdened by stress, and enjoy a deeper, more restorative sleep. This isn't just wishful thinking. Sexual activity triggers the release of powerful hormones like endorphins and oxytocin, which flood the body with feelings of happiness, relaxation, and emotional balance. It's like an instant mood boost, almost as though the mind and body are gently reminded of their ability to experience joy and connection. These benefits go beyond just feeling good in the moment. The positive effects ripple through the body, enhancing overall emotional stability and helping to combat anxiety. On top of this, improved circulation supports genital tissue health, making men more sensitive and aroused, even when changes in erectile function might not be immediately noticeable. Over time, this reconnection to one's own body helps reduce frustrations and low self-esteem, replacing them with a sense of pride and self-assurance. As men continue on this journey, the medium-term effects, typically seen after 2 to 3 months, start to paint an even clearer picture of the long-term health benefits. This is when the physiological advantages truly shine. Regular sexual activity not only sustains testosterone production, which is critical for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and overall energy levels, but it also ensures better vascular health. As a result, many men experience stronger, more consistent erections, accompanied by a noticeable improvement in blood circulation. The positive changes aren't just limited to the body. Sexual activity also fuels the brain, stimulating neuroplasticity and enhancing cognitive function. Numerous studies reveal that men who maintain an active sex life tend to have sharper minds and a greater ability to solve problems. Their mental clarity is heightened, and they feel more alert and focused throughout the day. It's as though their minds become more agile, ready to face life's challenges with newfound vigor. Perhaps even more profound is the emotional shift. Men who embrace their sexual health experience reduced rates of depression and increased feelings of confidence. There's something deeply empowering about maintaining a strong sexual connection. It provides a sense of emotional fulfillment that goes beyond the physical act itself. It's about feeling alive, connected, and emotionally nourished, which ultimately improves overall well-being. When men continue to prioritize sexual activity, it strengthens their emotional resilience, allowing them to face the world with a more positive outlook. Looking ahead to the long term, the benefits of an active sex life continue to accumulate, often becoming even more significant as the years go by. Men who stay sexually active throughout their lives tend to enjoy better physical and emotional health in their later years. One striking example is the significantly lower risk of prostate issues, including prostate cancer, in men who engage in regular sexual activity. Cardiovascular health also reaps major rewards, as studies show a strong connection between consistent sexual activity and lower blood pressure, alongside a reduced risk of heart disease. These health benefits, both physical and emotional, are lasting, ensuring that men who remain proactive about their sexual health are not only living longer, but living better. Moreover, sexual health contributes directly to a more fulfilling and positive experience of aging. Men who maintain an active sex life often avoid the negative effects of social isolation, a common struggle among the elderly. Instead of retreating from intimacy, they stay connected with their partners, feeling confident, engaged, and emotionally enriched. This positive mindset keeps them feeling vibrant and involved, even as they grow older. Far from being something that fades with age, sex should be seen as a vital part of health and wellness that evolves and continues to offer rewards throughout life. Ultimately, the impact of regular sexual activity reaches far beyond the bedroom. It's a cornerstone of overall well-being, influencing longevity, mental clarity, and quality of life. By making sexual health a priority, men can take control of their aging journey, ensuring they not only remain physically healthy, but also emotionally and mentally fulfilled as they grow older. It's not just about adding years to life, it's about adding life to years. Thank you for sticking with us through this deep dive into the powerful benefits of maintaining an active sex life, not only for physical health but for emotional and mental well-being as well. So, what have you learned today? Perhaps you're realizing that the simple act of prioritizing your sexual health could lead to a longer, more vibrant life. Maybe you now understand how staying connected with your body can help you feel more confident and emotionally balanced. Or maybe you've discovered how small changes in your routine can support your overall vitality as you age. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into your life moving forward? Leave your comment below, and don't forget to share what you're excited to implement. If you enjoyed this content, please give us a thumbs up, share it with friends or loved ones, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Thank you again for watching, and remember to prioritize your health. It's never too late to start.